We all crave raw, real, vulnerable. But if we are scared of what people think, if we're scared of rejection, if we're actually scared of ourselves, then we're never gonna show up. But if you want to build your engagement, grow your tribe, transforming the way you think and how you show up and how you morph into a highly visible, awe-inspiring leader, mentor, and speaker, then you're going to want to hang around because we're going to be talking about those things today right here on the Erin Strayer Show. That's where you're at if you didn't know where you were. And hey, you guys, I'm Erin Strayer. I am the host of the show today, and I'm an accelerated business strategist and growth consultant and an interventionist. And many people call me their accountability specialist and help you get out of your own way. So if you're here with us, make sure you tell us hi. Share this video out because let me just tell you, our guest today, she's going to be dropping one after another gold nugget. So if you hear one, do a little hashtag gold nugget. And just so you guys know, we love you. We love questions. We love answers. We love being able to address them as we're here today. And I'm telling you what, we both have super, super high vibes going on. And this next 30 minutes is going to be cram-packed with information. So I suggest you grab your pencil I'm going to introduce our guest, Miss Tracy Litt. She is a certified mindset coach, rapid transformational therapist, and an awe-inspiring speaker. She is the founder of the Litt Factor, which if you haven't been a part of that, you're going to want to go figure out what that is and be around her a little bit more often. She is a personal growth and coaching. She is the founder of that company, and it is all about personal growth. And it is a coaching company. And you're going to want to be in her space and in her time. She believes that thoroughly claiming your personal power, mastering your human technology, and nurturing your soul, as well as cultivating an unconditionally, radically loving relationship with yourself, you can consistently feel, be, do, and create anything in life or business. You guys, let me introduce Miss Tracy Litt. Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm amazing. I'm so excited that we get to hang out and talk about this critically amazing topic. And critically amazing. Yes.
Yeah. So little backstory on you, Miss Tracy. Like this is kind of all kind of cool things. Were you always like a mindset coach and this rapid transformational therapist?
Well, I was always the go-to person in my life for everyone in my life, and I was always, I was always really good at life. I would say that, and I ended up leaving my corporate career. I was a VP of People and Culture, and ended up just ultimately had a yearning. I knew that I had a deeper calling. I knew I was placed on this universe for a very specific reason. And when I got over my own bullshit and my own fear that kept me stuck for a while, I jumped right in. And then I went back to school, became a certified coach, a master practitioner of energy, and then a rapid transformational therapist. And I literally wake up every day to make sure that everyone's living into their greatness and remember just how capable and limitless you are.
It's so good.
It is so good.
So, yeah. Oh, my gosh, you guys, thank you so much for everybody who's on. Are we live? Yes, we're live. Michelle, we're live. You have a spilling wheel stuck on your end. Try to refresh your screen, Michelle. Anybody else have an issue seeing us? Let us know in the comments, please. So I know one of the things that you really wanted to talk about, because we're just going to jump into this because this 30 minutes is going to go like crazy. Yes. Lynn says, hi, Tracy, you're dynamic force. Keep up the great work.
Thank you. Hi.
And hey, hi, Lynn. Listening from work. Awesome. Thank you so much. But yeah, so many things hold people back. And we all know that number one thing is fear, but there's so much around that word, right? So how does, in your world and with your clients and with what you teach, how do you navigate fear? Because I mean, we're all scared. I mean, we're all scared of showing up. We're all scared of doing it that first time. We're all scared that we don't know enough.
Yes, 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 yes. And all of that is total crap, by the way, everybody. It doesn't matter. It doesn't mean anything. It only means something if you make it mean something. But I'll leave that to the side. So the real question was, so what do you do with fear, right? Like, what do you do with it? Hey, Pam. So here's the thing. Fearless is a myth. So let me just say that right out loud. I don't believe in it. I don't subscribe to it. No one is fearless, because fear is a natural response of our primitive brains. It's going to be there no matter what. And the actual key to being able to shift yourself, to show up in your business, to do Facebook Lives, to speak on stages, to set boundaries, to do everything and anything you want to do, is to fall in love with fear. Right? You fall in love with it. That's actually, and that's the process I took myself through when I made the big leap to coming into my own expansion and launching my own personal growth company, right? And doing all these things that at the time were totally unknown and totally scary, right? Because we have all kinds of fears. We have fear of unknown. We have fear of rejection. We have fear of not being enough. We have fear of failure. We have fear of success, right? Which is actually a thing. Like, I didn't even know fear of success was a thing.
Ever felt that? If you ever felt that, raise your hand.
Right, exactly, right? It's just, right, fear is natural. So the best thing to do is to fall in love with it, which means you're breaking the resistance. Because what you resist, and I'm sure people have heard this before, what you resist persists, or what you resist actually expands and becomes even bigger, right, in opposition of you. As soon as you fall in love with it, as soon as you own it and wrap your arms around it and you go, come here, little buddy, right? And this is like an actual, I'll give you an exercise. I want to make this the juiciest, most life-changing 30 minutes.
Yeah.
When you have fear going on, right, and you're feeling it and it's keeping you stuck, it's because you're seeing it as across the table from you, as an opposition from you, okay? And what I want you to do is I want you to go, okay, I see you, I feel you, I know you're there because you think you're protecting me, but unfortunately, you have no idea what I really want, and I'm not about to die, right? Because the other thing to know, real quick, I don't want to take for granted, fear shows up when your body thinks you're in danger, right? It tells your mind she's in danger because it's unknown, something's about to happen, and it actually is just trying to keep you alive. And its main instinct and intention is survival. The trouble with that is we're not up against the same stuff. When you're about to do a Facebook Live, you're not about to die. Yeah. When you're about to go and speak in front of whether it's 2 or 2,000, you're actually not about to die, but your body and mind responds the same way as if you were, because of how our brains and how we evolved as a people, right? So now it's time to realize your power is greater than anything else. So you look at that fear across from you and you go, thank you for your intent. Hey, you got it. That's all I know how to do. You see that fear, right? And you go, okay, thank you. I know your intention is good. Unfortunately, you're actually screwing me up. You're actually keeping me from my greatness. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you, come over here from across the table, come here. And I do this with myself a lot. And I bring the fear right on your lap. You bring them over. Come here, little buddy. Come on. And you love it. You love it. And as soon as you love it, you instantly break the resistance. You instantly take your power back from it, and then you use its energy as good toward what it is that you want.
Ooh, so good. So good.
Yes.
Ty says, say it, girl, get out of my way and come on with me.
That's right. That's right.
What a beautiful thing, though, to instead of resisting it, to say, come with me.
Yeah.
Come with me. I need you at some point to kind of fuel me to go forward. Because a little, like, in my world, a little bit of fear, like, kind of fuels me. Like, oh, you don't think I can? Come on, I'll show you.
Yeah, and I understand that. And in actual fact, what's on the other side of that fear is the next level of yourself, right? Because there's a big distinction here, guys. This is not danger. Danger is like, don't walk down the dark alley, don't touch the hot stove. That's not what we're talking about, right? We're talking about your dreams, right? We're talking about, in order for you to serve the world with your gift and your greatness, you have to show up.
Yeah.
Or nobody's going to know that you're available. Nobody's going to understand you. You're not going to, right? It's all about resignation. It's all about, this is who I am. And in order to do that, falling in love with fear is like prerequisite number one.
Right. Yeah. So let's stick there for just a second. So we're all about social media engagement, and so that fear keeps people from doing stuff like this all the time, right? So if we go, come on, fear, sit next to me.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to do this together.
Mm-hmm.
It allows you to raise your hand and go, ooh, choose me. Choose me.
Mm-hmm.
Choose me.
Right. It allows you to not let it be another block. It allows you to realize, and this is the truth, nothing is more powerful than you and your power of decision and your power of choice and your power of taking action.
Oh,
right.
So good.
And what really happens for us when we are hesitating on being visible, which, side note, hesitation is a breeding ground for self-doubt and sabotage.
Nugget.
Total nugget, right? Hashtag, right? As soon as you hesitate, you're inviting all the shit right in, right? So that's why it's like, just go. Just take the intuitive hit and go, because then things start to really, really happen, right?
Yeah.
But to what you're saying about social media engagement and showing up, the thing that I hear the most from, my colleagues and clients that I work with or people in my groups is, well, but what are they going to think? Who am I supposed to be? Right? Like, how do I show up as my true self? What if they don't like me? Right?
Yeah.
And there's nothing wrong. Yeah, it's okay. Like, there's nothing. Yeah. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with you. That's a very, very normal response until you learn how to master this inner game and this human technology, which, guys, by the way, is this stuff in between your ears, right? It's your special human technology. It's very normal to have that kind of belonging and exclusion concern, because that comes from our tribal way of being, right? Like, if you went against the grain or you did something that wasn't completely approved or like everyone else, you could die or be shunned, or, you know what I'm saying? So it's also, so much of power comes from understanding where it comes from, right? And really being able to see the forest from the trees. So it's normal.
Yeah.
It's normal.
And you know what? That starts at a very, very young age too, that I don't know if they're going to like me. I don't know if I'm going to be accepted. I don't know if I have enough to say. I don't know if I don't know. Right? Like
100%.
That fear of rejection is so huge. And how do we get to overcome that?
Okay. Well, I'm going to tell you something else that's going to rock your world here. Fear of rejection is not even, it's not even a thing. It's not even a thing. Fear of rejection is not a thing, because rejection is not a thing. Rejection is a choice.
Hashtag somebody, write it in the comments. Rejection is a choice.
Okay? And in actual fact, when you hang out with me long enough, you realize that everything is a choice.
Yes.
But right now, for the sake of this exact, what we want to give you today, rejection is either something you let in or you don't.
Yes.
Right? Right? So I'll just give you an example. Let's say somebody walked in this office right now, and here Erin and I are hanging out, doing our thing, living our dream, making shit happen, right? And someone were to walk in the office and go, what are you doing? Who are you? You don't even know what you're doing. I mean, you haven't been doing this for 20 years. What makes you an expert? I have a choice. I can say, thank you. Have a nice day.
Right.
Or I can let it in, and I can get all, why would you say that? Or, oh my God. Or I could let it go even further into my mind and affect my ability to talk to you guys and engage, right? You have more power than anything. So if something comes at you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Don't let it in. Just literally, you don't have to let it in. It's kind of like this. Let me show you an example. This is a Post-it note. I just crumpled it up just so I wouldn't hurt anybody. If this is rejection, right? And someone chucks it at you. If you don't catch it, where does the rejection go?
Down. Nowhere.
Not in you. That's the whole point, right?
Yep.
But if the rejection comes to you and you go, oh, how could you say that? Oh my God. Now I'm not supposed to be doing this. See, I told you I sucked. This is terrible. Right? It was all you. Don't do that to yourself.
How many people caught the paper?
Just check it. Just don't catch it. Don't catch it. And know this too. If you're starting to feel the insecurity set in because of something that happened, like you do a live and one person shows up or no people comment, right? This is a common thing.
This is a huge one too, right?
Right. It's huge. And it's very, it happens a lot to all of us.
Right. All of us.
Right? That happens. If you take that, if you start feeling badly, it means that you have allowed it to make it mean rejection. It means that you have allowed it to seep in, right? If it's starting to affect how you're feeling and how you're showing up, and oh my God, because this goes to the other thing about actually mastering your mind and telling yourself what you need to tell yourself to show up in the world the way you need to show up in the world, right? RJ, now making a giant crumpled up Post-it note. Yes. Amen. I love that, RJ. You're the best. It's such a great visual reminder, right? Yeah. It's realizing that rejection itself is a choice. And as soon as you're upset, it means you've already let it in. Right. That's your indicator. If you're starting to feel bad, it means you already let it pass the threshold and now it's in. No. That is your shit, not my shit. Take it back. Right? And keep yourself in the zone.
Hey, glad you're back, Michelle. She got it figured out. I thought I was on. She couldn't see us, so thanks for that. Oh, and Ty says the 4 Agreements 101.
Very much so. Amazing. He is incredible. That is a staple book for anyone that wants to expand in any capacity. Definitely.
It was a life changer for me. Life changer. Yeah. So what about this is just me. And what if those people don't like me? How do I like me?
Mm-hmm.
How do I step away from the what ifs? And I don't know if they will. And gosh, I'm a little quirky and I'm like off the wall a little sometimes. And will they accept me?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I first of all, thank you for that. Like the vulnerability in what you're saying, and any of us and all human beings have felt that at some point or another, right? And what that really comes down to, of course. And if we had like a few days, we could just heal right through this. But for the sake of time, what that comes down to is understanding and creating a mindset and paradigm shift that the only opinion in the world that really matters is yours. And the only approval and validation that you need is the validation and approval that you give yourself. I'm in love with you too. Okay? Like seriously, everybody just open your ears and hear me, right? Your opinion is the sole opinion of your life. And you are your own validation. You are your own approval, right? And when you start to live like that, you have complete authority over how you feel and who you are being all the time, because you're no longer as good or as bad as the last external circumstance or opinion that came your way. Right?
So good.
It's true. And unfortunately, we just weren't raised that way. We just weren't. We weren't raised in a society that really bred that or valued that.
Right.
We have to teach ourselves again.
Right. And yeah, I mean, I know I go over that in my head. Well, I'm not worthy to receive this, and I'm not worthy to give this, and I'm not worthy to be this or that, right? Because that's the environment I grew up in, right?
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it's such a mind just like tweak and throw in the trash, and like I'd say what I call it out loud, but I don't think they'd let me.
You can.
In my private group.
I say all kinds of things. Like, 2 things that I want to say. What you're saying, that's all about your subconscious beliefs, right? And you mentioned it at the beginning of the call, and it's very important to acknowledge it, right? Things happen to us and we create meaning when we're very, very young. And it actually starts our way of being, right? So if you are someone who's finding like, yeah, Trace, this like makes sense, but I still feel like this like extreme nerves and paralyzation, and you can do all this conscious work, you have to get into the deep down and you have to extract by the root that memory, that memory that you probably suppressed of when you were in second grade and you were the only girl not invited to the sleepover. And in that moment, you were like, oh my God, something's wrong with me. I'm not enough. I don't matter. Or the time that you spoke your mind and your aunt told you, sit down, shut up. Girls are meant to be seen and not heard. And you decided to never speak again. These are the types of things that happen when we're little that we don't realize consciously are creating a conflict and a misalignment between what we're trying to do and what we actually believe we can do.
Yeah.
Right?
Guys, if
Which
this
is
is lining up with you, let us know. And I know that there's been quite a few comments here. I haven't even been able to keep up with them. You guys, thank you so much for commenting. We really want to know if this is landing for you, because I know it is for me. And
sorry about my dog.
Oh, hi, puppy.
Sorry.
I love it when we are connecting with the audience and that it's, relevant and it's meaning something for you. So how do we take these tactics and apply them like right now so that we can show up, so that we can be visible, so that we can be like the awe-inspiring leader like Tracy Litt? And how can we be those mentors and be those leaders and speakers and be the things that we want to be?
Mm-hmm.
We crave to be? How do we get to do that?
Okay. So I'm gonna walk through
Yeah.
No, it's a phenomenal question, and I'm going to give you guys some actual how to. I'm a huge fan of theory, and I'm a huge fan of how do I actually apply this, right? So I'm going to give it to you. And the one caveat I'm going to say is this doesn't include the work of the subconscious, because you can't do that alone. Okay? Yeah. The work of the subconscious, and we'll talk about that after, with really digging deep and finding that thing that's really stopping you and setting you free. Totally part of the process. But for right now, I'm going to talk about three main things. Mm-hmm. I always hear a lot this, well, I want to be myself, but I feel like I'm supposed to, right? I'm not really sure, how do I show up as me, whatever that means, right? And I'm saying this as someone who I am very bold. I curse a lot everywhere in my shows. It's part of who I am. Take me or leave me. Either way, awesome, right?
You guys saying she does Shake Your Ass Fridays, and you want to partake in those.
Yes, you totally want to shake your ass on Friday. You do. So the first thing I want to give you is actually a tool that will help you connect closer to who you really are, because there's so much influence that it's so easy to kind of get taken down a path of the supposed to and what's happening next, right? Yeah. So I want you to never say the word should ever again for the rest of your life.
I hate that word. I hate that word.
The worst.
Don't
okay?
Say it again.
No more should. No more should. Choose or choose not to. That's it. Okay. So when you are
choose or choose not to.
Correct. So you eliminate the should. Just this tiny little change. If it's all you do, it will change your entire life and business dramatically, right? No more should. Should is a shame, guilt-based word, and it will make you feel like shit every time. And what it does is it takes you further away. If this is your real, hey, this is me, take me or leave me here, and you're shooting all over yourself, you're literally walking further and further away from this true you. Okay?
Yeah. Yes.
When you catch yourself saying should and you replace it with choose or choose not to, you're choosing and you make a new decision. What I want you to do for one more layer of deeper work is jot down what was under the should. So if you say, well, I really should show up on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, Snapchat, let's just say that's one of the shoulds, right? Well, why should you? I want you to ask yourself, where'd the should come from? Is it because you don't feel like you're enough? Is it, right? Remove should, ought, supposed to. Exactly. Bye-bye. See you later. It doesn't serve you. It's not helping the cause.
Yes.
Right? And ask yourself, where's the should coming from? It's kind of like a should rock. Lift it up and go, well, what's underneath this? Right? Because it's not your belief, it's somebody else's. That's the first thing. The second thing, good. The second thing, when you are really wanting to get ready to step up. You want to do a live, right? You have a topic. You're like, yeah, I just want to talk about this. But you got all that like fear and nerves and apprehension going on. The first thing you must do is breathe. You must. This, again, I always say things like, if you do nothing else but this, but really, because I even tattooed it on myself.
I love that.
Breathe in a different rate, depth, and pattern. So what I want you to do, and I have some videos on this I can share, when you breathe like a 4 count in, 7 count hold, 8 count out, and you do 3 rounds of that, it will interrupt your entire nervous system. And it will calm you down, and it will send new oxygen and signals to your brain. And that brain that was going crazy is going to go, it's all good. I got this. Right?
Comments, the 4-7-8 breath.
Yes, 4-7-8, right? And what happens in that moment, you now have dropped yourself into what I call the seat of choice. Okay? So now you're calm, right? The next most critical step is learning how to run your mind, feeding your mind the thoughts you need to think to have a phenomenal experience on your Facebook Live, right? So the reason why we breathe deep and interrupt our nervous system and calm down is so we can actually think differently and choose different thoughts, right? So then you start to feed yourself thoughts like, I love what I do. I can't wait to get on Facebook Live and serve these people. They are going to love this. This is going to be amazing. I am a rock star at Facebook Lives. I am so good at showing up, right? That kind of talk and thought choice then creates excitement instead of nervousness. And the other thing you need to know is your body actually doesn't know the difference between nervousness and excitement. Physiologically, it's the same thing. It's what you tell yourself, right? So I'm excited. I'm amazing at this. This is going to rock. I'm enough no matter what. I can't wait to share my gifts, right? And then you just show up and do it, right? Then it's just action. Then it's just the choice to do it. And the more you do it, just like any skill or practice, the better and better you get and the more confident you become.
Mm-hmm. I know she's dropping nuggets left and right, isn't she, Ty? I know. I love it. I love it. I love it. Oh my gosh. We have covered a ton. We are 27 minutes into our 30 minutes and we still got more to talk about.
Crazy. I know.
More to talk about. You know what that means? You get to come back again. That's what that means.
Yes.
I know.
Thank you.
I know. So you guys, Tracy is ridiculously magnetic. If you haven't figured it out 27 minutes into this and you just want more of her, what do you have going on right now? I know you have a Facebook page. You're launching a program. You've got one-on-one. Are you taking clients right now?
Yeah, I am taking clients right now. And I have a really, really cool special offer that I wanted to give everybody.
Hang on, guys.
This is huge. This is it's really huge. So rapid transformational therapy is a method of hypnotherapy. And I'm a rapid transformational therapist. And when you do that with coaching, it creates the most exponential growth that you can possibly imagine. So what I've created is called a rapid transformational intensive.
Ooh.
So what that is, it's 30 days of working with me. We start with an RTT session, which is about 2 hours long. You then listen to a personal, unique, transformational recording that I give you every single day for 21 days. And then in week 3 and week 4 of that 30 days, we have a coaching session each week to reflect, to continue to embed the beliefs and the new behaviors. It's unbelievably life-changing for your self-esteem if you have confidence issues, if you're lacking clarity, if you have anxiety, if you suffer from depression, if you are a people pleaser, if you feel like you really just have tried everything. Even if you have tried other modalities, RTT is like nothing that I have ever experienced before. It's truly, truly transformational. So what I want to do is offer that to you guys here in a 30-day experience.
Oh my gosh, what an amazing opportunity, you guys. If you at all want to shift, change, summer's coming. If you want to reroute, Q2 is just about ready to quit and you want to gear up and be set and ready to go into Q3, this would be beautiful to set yourself up to succeed, clear some some shoulds out of there. You can remove as many letters out of that and add a T if you want. Out of that, clear some of those shoulds out of there. Get them out of the way. How many years have you been doing this? 20-some years, Tracy?
Yes. Well, in the people business, 20-something years. It's been only a few years of me and my own practice in the Litt Factor.
Yeah. But the hypnotherapy and this rapid transformation.
It's unbelievable.
It's unbelievable. You guys, and I'm telling you what, if spend some time. Will you drop the links in here to your group?
I am. I actually was looking. For some reason, I can't.
You'll be able to do it when we're off air.
Okay, got it.
Then you can drop them.
Okay.
When we're done, you can throw them in there when we're done, just so people can loop back around and hop in your group, be in your space, join you for
definitely. Absolutely. And we have, I'll send everyone the link too. I have a private Facebook group called the Worthy Woman Revolution.
Yes, and it's such a beautiful space.
It's tremendous. Then I'll send you my email too if you want to talk, because I do private coaching, group programs. I have some awesome new digital courses. I have a free ebook that's pretty kick-ass that I'd love to share. So just, reach out and let's make it happen, because you are so enough. I want everyone to hear this and know this. You're enough, you're worthy, and you're deserving, and all you had to do is open your eyes. You get that automatically. It is your birthright, and don't you dare let anybody else tell you different.
All I'm going to say is thank you, everybody, for joining us today. I'm going to let Tracy have that last word. She's stunning. She's lovely. She is like salt of the earth person. She's magnetic. She's the real deal. Spend time with this lady. That's what I got to say about her. You guys have been a delight here today. I am sorry I haven't gotten to everybody's comments. We will loop around. If you guys are watching the replay, we would love to know that also. You guys also, if you want reminders for when I go live, just type the word Y-E-A-H in the comments. We'll give you a little heads up before we go live and let you know that we're on the air. We'd love to see you here, right back here on the Aaron Strayer Show. Thank you guys for joining us live. We really appreciate you. We'll see you again soon. Bye.